All right, guys, day 11 of Let Me Read the Book for You, Three Clients in 30 Days by Krista Mashore. And today we're going to be talking about prospecting on expired listings. Okay, so we did FISBOs yesterday. To me, those are really easy. Those are fish in a barrel, in my opinion. But expired listings are a little bit trickier, right? The good news about expired listing, guys, is they already want to sell. That is gold, guys. That is gold. You know they want to sell. They've tried to sell. They probably just had a crap agent because they weren't with White Line. Anyway, but you got to believe uh, they believe in agents, right? They know that an agent's a good way to do it, but they're frustrated now and they're skeptical. But they're also probably more motivated than ever, right? They've been in a 6 month listing, it went nowhere, and now they're just like, I hate this. I don't believe anything anybody says anymore. But God, I really need to sell this house, right? So it's kind of good that way. But you got to think about it. Well, they're frustrated because the last agent didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. All he did was put it in the MLS. Okay. They could be defensive, right? I'm not wasting any more of my time. This is ridiculous. I've kept the house clean for 6 months. I'm tired of this crap, right? They're skeptical. What are you going to do different? This last, what are you going to do, right? And what your job needs to be is to be empathetic. You need to listen. Two ears, one mouth, right, guys? And not offer excuses, okay? It's really important, too, guys, while you're doing this, that you don't bash the last agent. Now, I'm being funny. They're not white line agents, whatever, but you can't bash it, guys. That's just unprofessional. It doesn't look good. Don't bash them. Just come with an open heart. It's hard to be nervous when your mind's on service. Open ears, shut up and listen to them, hear what they're saying, and hear how you can change things and give them back what they want. Okay. Now, how do you find them? How do you find these guys? First and foremost, the MLS. You want to look at MLS listings immediately. You can go in there and search expired listings. Now, timing's very crucial with that. You don't want to find an expired listing from 10 years ago. That doesn't do us any good. You want them in like 24 to 48 hours. That's kind of the sweet spot with it, okay? You can notice it if you're the king or queen of your neighborhood and you notice all of a sudden a sign came down, you go home, you check it out, and you notice that, hey, that actually expired. You should be paying attention to that. Like I said, you should be driving around your neighborhood all day, every day. Okay, so you want to contact them and you want to contact them quickly. Like I said, 24 to 48 hours, guys. And you're going to say something along the lines like, hey, I saw your listing came off the market. Are you still looking to sell or are you just taking a break? That is a very soft, interesting way. And as soon as you say that, hey, I saw your listing come off the market. Are you still interested in selling? Or are you just taking a break? Shut up. That is an open-ended question, and they're going to talk. They're going to explain. And then now you need to become the girlfriend in the thing going, oh my God, what happened? Oh, wait, right? And just get information and data. Get information and data as much as you can. And they're probably going to want to vent, number one. Or if they don't, they're probably just frustrated, okay? So and you're gonna have to draw it out of them a little bit more, and that you'll get good at that as a little bit of practice, but you're gonna want to draw it out of them. Okay, now what is our differentiating factor, right? How am I going to sound different than the last guy they talked to? Okay, so more than likely they're going to be frustrated with the last agent. They didn't market it well. They didn't do anything. They didn't do something right. Be ready with a quick and tangible something you can say upgrades, right? So most of the time, if you have a bad listing, guys, they usually have iPhone photos running around taking pictures like that. Lazy realtor, they usually do it when it's a low value house. I don't do that ever. Okay, so if that's the case, professional photos, drone shots. If you need people, we have people in White Line that do this. Okay, next one. They didn't really market it. Did you try any social media ads? Did you do any video tours? And for those of y'all that have seen it, I put up video tours all the time where I walk through and talk about the house. Did they have any investors look at it? Not wholesalers, investors. Okay, that's beyond the MLS. Those guys are the quickest sales. They're really good at it. We're the investors brokerage. Like we work with investors constantly. That's really good. Strategic pricing. Did we price this competitively? Did you understand? Did they run you a CMA? No, they never did. Guys, you should be running a CMA with every listing you have. Then you need to show people this is the market. You don't let them tell you. You don't need to let them tell you that, hey, look, I want to list it for $1 million. Well, great, but the market's not going to dictate that. And even if you do get one, it's never going to appraise, right? That's the thing. So you need to have strategic pricing. You need to be able to show them like, hey, this is exactly what it looks like. Your CMAs need to be good. If you don't know how to do a CMA, go back and look at my other videos. I've shot videos on how to do CMAs, guys. Did you stage the property? Oh, interesting. If it's a vacant house, did you just take pictures of the inside of it vacant? Or guys, and if you don't want to stage it, like I honestly don't stage many houses. I'll stage high-end houses because it's expensive to stage, but I'll virtually stage them all day long. Colin, how do you virtually stage them? There's a million places to do it. I always start with Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, two R's in it. And for 20 bucks or something, you can have somebody virtually stage the house. Um, did they have terrible copyright, right? In that little story where it says public remarks, did they just go, great house, close to this, blah, blah, blah? Do you write a story? Guys, how do you write a story for this? Get ChatGPT to do it, get some AI to do it, but make sure you tell it a compelling story, whatever it might be. Beautiful open kitchen, open concept, plenty of room, storage, blah, 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 blah. Tell all of that and say, I need this to be as compelling as possible. Okay, and then it'll write it out for you. Did you have targeted open houses? Well, you never did an open house. Guys, I get it. Open houses are kind of, in my opinion, right now, a little bit old hat unless you do it right. Are we targeting these open houses? Are we marketing the open house before it happens, or do you just stick a sign on the front yard Saturday morning and sitting there all day with nothing to do? Guys, you need to be reverse prospecting. You need to let everybody that's looking for a house like this, once you get it listed, reverse prospect it, let them know there's going to be an open house. Tell your client, obviously I can't represent the buyer and seller, so if they come over, great, let me know. Neighborhood buzz. Are you sending postcards out? Are you doing, Chris Negron, he told us he's got this great strategy. He does 10, 10, 20. Whenever he lists a house, he goes to the 10 houses on this side, the 10 houses on this side, and the 20 houses across the street. And he basically tells them, hey, do you want to pick your neighbor? Do you know somebody that wants to live in this neighborhood? Please let them know. Here's my card, right? So there's a lot of different marketing that you can offer these people because most agents don't ever learn how to do that. Guys, I have done tons of marketing videos. I just gave you a ton of marketing ideas right here in this one, okay? Now, when you get there, if it's expired, guys, again, you're not closing on the phone to get them to hire you. You're closing to go see the house. That is step number one. Can I come by and take a look at it and give you my honest opinion? Can I bring you the new updated data? Because usually listing agreements are about 6 months, maybe a year. 6 months, a lot changes. In the last 6 months, a lot has changed in real estate. Let me bring you some updated data. Can I come bring you that? Let me just show you. Let me see the house. Let me see what's going on there, right? And then when you get there, you got to present your options to them. Guys, listen, we work with a lot of investors. I can bring you a cash offer. We can get it fast, close, quick, all that good stuff. You know what? I really don't want to hire another realtor. Guys, you can offer like exclusive agency as that bridge. It's like, hey, look, maybe we're not going to list it all the way out. Let me put it in the MLS. And if I can bring somebody, let me do that for you, right? We talked about exclusive agency in the last one. You do want to offer exclusive right to sell. That is your primary one. Definitely do that. Okay, that is my full transaction traditional listing. That is everything I can possibly do. Because if you have an exclusive right to sell, I'm not scared to pay for the professional photos, the drone photos, do the walkthrough videos, do all that kind of stuff. And then you can always talk about your investor things, right? A little investor first kind of thing. Let me bring somebody in. Let me bring in an investor. Let me bring in a couple of investors. If you don't know how to do that, guys, call me. I'll show you how to do that. We got investors all day, every day, and we can show them, hey, look, the reason why this isn't selling is this. Guys, if you're not an investor, if you've never flipped a house, call somebody in White Line that has flipped a house, guys, because they know how to sell these things quickly. Flippers want these houses to move immediately. Once I'm done with it, I want to put a sign in the yard, I want it gone. So we know what is the most modern, what the paint colors need to be, what we need to do to fix this. You need to get rid of that. Clean out your house a little bit. It's too cluttered. You have too many pictures on the wall. Whatever it may be, call somebody who knows how to move these houses quickly, and it's usually a flipper, honestly. So let's talk about some of the objections that you're going to come up with, right? I don't want to waste my time again. I don't want to waste my time. Okay, I get it. So would it be okay with you if I brought my investors first? Investors typically pay cash. It's usually about a 7 to 14 day close. They will give you, I can bring in 100 investors and they will show you what they will pay for it. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but that's the quickest and fastest if you want to try that. And we're the investors brokerage. Hey, you know what? I'll just rent it. You could, Rentals come with a lot of headaches, as you probably know, right? You get broken toilets, all that kind of stuff. You get these weird phone calls all the time. You could rent it. That'd be great. But most of the time, renting it, guys, run the numbers for them. Show them what rental comps are. Saying, hey, look, man, rentals are about 1,500 in this area. I notice your mortgage is 1,700. Are you cool with paying that $200 a month every month? And then when the air conditioner breaks, you still got to fix it. Um, so, and I usually lean back to investors at that point. I'm like, hey, you might want to just sell it to investors willing to do that, and you don't have to have the headache, right? Another common objection when you're calling an expired listing, you know what? I'm tired of realtors. I'm just going to FSBO it. I'm going to for sale by owner. Totally fine, right? Now go back and watch the FSBO video, and that's how you overcome that one. Maybe you go exclusive agency, and we'll keep the options open and still get some MLS exposure, right? So go watch the FSBO one. That's how you handle FSBO people. So what today is, so here is the key takeaway. Expired listings aren't dead. They're just disappointed, guys. They are sad, they're frustrated, they're disappointed. Show them a different marketing plan and give them options. Okay, that's the win. That is how you win this thing. That is what you're going to do. So, what is our call to action today? What are we going to do today? Today, it's very simple. We are going to go look up our expired listings, anything in the last 2 days. That's all I want you to focus on is the last 2 days of expired listings and start calling. Hey, Colin, do I call the agent? Because that's the only number on there. Yes, you can, guys, or you can skip trace and call the owner, right? Hey, I noticed you were doing this. Call the agent and say, hey, what happened? Da, 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 da. Do you mind if I give them a call? Fine, do it. Usually the agent's pissed off. Or you can just go by and knock on the door. Hey, nice to meet you. I noticed your house expired. You can find these people, I promise. Also, you can skip trace them. I talked about that too. If you don't know how to skip trace, put a little note down here. I'll show you how to skip trace. If you want to learn how to, or you can just Google, how do I skip trace something? Guys, you can usually skip trace a phone number for, I don't know, 15 cents. Like, it's not expensive. And then the last one is, so here's our call to action for today. I want you to pull expired listings, go in to the MLS, click search, click residential, multifamily, whatever it is. And then down at the bottom, it's like, do you want the active option, all those? Uncheck everything and just check expired. And then look at it, sort it so you know which ones happened later. And I want you to call those 10 people. Guys, calling 10 people in expired listings is going to take you maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not that big of a deal. And if you do nothing, you're going to get nothing. If you try it, you're going to be nervous and maybe get some bad experiences, maybe get some good experiences. I don't know, but you got to do something. You got to do something. If you're just sitting there going, this is a great video, Colin, and you do nothing, you're going to keep getting what you got, and that's nothing. So call your 10 expireds, be curious, ask them what's going on, and close to an appointment. Don't close to try and get them to use you. Close with help. It's hard to be nervous when your mind's on service. I cannot say this enough. And close with curiosity, close to get in there, ask questions, shut up, and listen. And I guarantee you, you're going to get some appointments out of this, guys. Appointments are how all of our listings start, and you've got to close for that appointment, guys. So that's your homework for today is I want you to call 10 expired listings, figure out how to get these guys happy, and I will talk to you tomorrow.